Man.
I
just fucking saw that. I didn't even notice that Bill Murray had a live show in Indianapolis that's sold out. It's in like March or April. Like, fuck, this sold out so fast.
I'm going to Indianapolis for WWE Royal Rumble.
We were talking about that, and we were talking about Raw's coming to Columbus.
I don't need to go to Raw.
That's in like a couple weeks, but I do want to go to Royal Rumble.
Because I've been to Raw a million times, but I've never been to Royal Rumble, and I gotta go.
That's a bucket list event. That and SummerSlam or the main event.
Well, John Cena is on his farewell tour, and he's already declared himself for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hi, everyone. Dustin, Jesse, Hayden, Blush, Imperial Shot, Metalhead Bartender, Danny N, RW, Clem, Come, Hayden, Alex, Smoke a Bowl, Dustin, just got off a Carnival cruise ship. Man, did I miss Royal Caribbean.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, buddy.
It's a whole different world, brother.
Yeah, Sparky. Carla Faye, she's wild. She's a wild girl. Mako Goblin, what's up? What's up? Junders Plunkett. Mike Hatfield Coble. Jesse, congratulations on your 3-day sobriety. The coin is in the mail. M. Blatner 29.
Jesse,
the fires took all my weed.
I was gonna say, motherfucker, all the weed stores are burnt down. No wonder why you're sober. Can't buy it. Motherfucker's too busy stop, dropping, and rolling. Fucking.
I gotta find that video I sent you because it's really funny. I want to play it on the show. Did you listen to that? No, you're like me, dude.
I'm sure I did. I usually always listen to your stuff, whether I respond or not. Sometimes I just forget to respond. Said fire took all my weed.
That sucks,
dude. I bet you the whole fucking place smelled like weed. All California is.
Yep.
Oh man, it sucks. That shit's wild though, man.
It is. Peace. There we go.
People freezing to death on the East Coast and burning to death on the West Coast.
Plastic bags make best condoms. I've heard that before. Hello, Brandy Curtis. Thanks for coming in. Skylar Joe. Hello, everybody. Okay, I think we're good.
Let's go.
If you still kiss your dad on the mouth before bed and you're a man, you've come to the right podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Brohio podcast. Almost 8 years strong of some of the most hard-hitting, informative, well-researched content you'll ever experience on the internet. Hi, everyone. I'm the delicious Nicolicious.
And I'm Rob Dog, guys.
And we've got a fun show planned for you about a nasty, nasty whore.
Those are my favorite ones. Love me a good whore, but
I don't like
nasty.
I don't like them clean whores.
Yeah, I don't like them clean ones.
I'm a basic guy, and this story made me.
If I'm hanging out with someone and don't catch something, I don't want it, brother.
I want to have to take a bath with fire when I'm done hanging out with you.
Yeah. I like to re-up my amoxicillin every couple weeks.
Speaking of amoxicillin, I would like to say thank you to our new Patreon subscribers because we got a couple of them.
Hell yeah.
And first up, well, his name, Dennis Young. Thank you, Dennis, for the Patreon pledge. You are the sweetest boy that I've ever laid eyes on, and I intend to not only lay eyes on you, but I intend to lay you.
Fuck.
So put that in your little fucking pipe that you're smoking out of.
Keep that in mind, Denny.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah.
You come in here, fucking, you pledge $1 and you get fucking Nick's undying love.
A lot of it, too.
He's about to tongue fuck you.
Hey, real quick before you say the next, well, I'll let you do the next one.
Let's do the next one here.
Yeah.
We got the fun gun guy from Arkansas.
Everyone from Arkansas owns guns.
Of course they do.
But we've got the fun guy with a gun.
The fun gun guy.
Thanks, fun gun guy, for That's my favorite Chinese dish. I get that at Panda Express, the fun gun guy.
Cream of fun gun guy. Hell yeah, man.
Ooh. If you've ever had a mouthful of fun gun guy, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. Our friend Luke W., he sent us a care package. He's a hobbyist 3D printer.
Oh yeah, man. Good shit.
He sent us if you look behind us on the YouTube stream, there's an alien hanging from the wall.
And no, it's not Hillary Clinton. It's right next to Hillary Clinton.
And it says, let's do butt stuff. He's wearing a chain, and you hang him on the wall.
It's right by the rabbit balls.
Wow, man. That's a really cool fucking alien. He's got blue eyes.
Cool. He's got a
white teeth.
Big-ass chain.
Big dick on him, too.
Yeah.
But Luke sent us that. He sent us some night lights with our own faces on there, which is
Man,
pretty cool.
Cool as fuck. Yeah, it looks really, really good.
And we're really appreciative, buddy. But he does have an Etsy store now where, I don't know, you could reach out to him through there if you want one of these aliens. I'm sure he'd be happy to arrange something for you. But it is Into the Nexus Prints. That's INTOTHENEXUS Prints.etsy.com. There's
Fucking cool, man.
There's someone in my front door, and there's not supposed to be someone at my front door.
We already sent him a mold of her penis for him to 3D print it. So if you don't receive a package, that means you got it.
We're gonna do what's that one thing where you can make cast moldings of your own? Oh, my daughter's home.
Okay, I was gonna say, you good, man?
She's doing drama now.
Oh yeah.
She's like me. She's a little theatric.
That's fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for her. She's kind of been, she's had a hard time just kind of finding out what she wants to do. But
Don't let her get too weird. All them kids are really weird.
Well, she's got me as a dad.
That's
and
true.
I nip that in the butt. Whenever they do weird stuff,
yeah,
I say, "Oh man, you're being fucking weird." I tell them,
I ain't raising no fucking losers.
I ain't raising losers, and I ain't raising weirdos.
There you go.
But I'm happy for her. I'm really excited.
Good. No, that's cool, man.
They're doing Mamma Mia.
Oh, okay.
I
love pasta.
Mamma Mia, here we go again. Yeah, she's
Oh no, Miss Spaghetti.
Hey, the fucking state of California is burning to the ground right now. All the celebrities' houses are burning down.
Crazy, man.
And this is a video I found on the internet.
Okay.
I sent it to Rob Dog. But I'm gonna play it for you guys.
This will refresh my memory.
It's a news lady. She finds a guy who pretends like he doesn't know. Whoa. Why is there no sound?
Those are.
Why is there no sound?
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, we gotta get the sound.
Gotta get the sound.
Yeah, I remember this.
Audio.
Oh, the family with the poor little girl who was.
Fire happening right now.
Say that again?
Why is there a fire happening right now?
There are multiple fires that are taking place. Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the news though. You're supposed to know.
Well, I don't know how it started. We don't know how it started. There,
I think
winds.
it's all the gay people in LA.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
We got the.
Okay.
Oh, the family with the poor little girl who was.
Fire happening right now.
Say that again?
Why is there a fire happening right now?
There are multiple fires that are taking place. Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the news though. You're supposed to know.
Well, I don't know how it started. We don't know how it started. There,
I think
winds.
it's all the gay people in LA.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
We got the,
Unacceptable.
It's a little like Hispanic twink is the best part. Looks like a little gay fellow.
Yeah. Oh, man. Good times, man.
Nonetheless, our thoughts and
I think it's all the gays.
our thoughts and prayers, if you do that, are
Oh,
with
man.
our friends and family out in California. One of my best friends I grew up with, Roy, I texted him. I said, "Hey, buddy," he's in Sacramento. I said,
Yeah.
if you need someplace to go, my doors are always open." He said, "That shit's not anywhere fucking close to me." I said, "All right, well, I guess you don't need the kind gesture.
Fuck you, that I retract my offer.
Hope your yard burns." He said, "Me too. I hate grass.
Dude.
I hate."
California's wild, man. So much shit happens there, but people still insist on living there. Yeah. That place does not want people living there.
Someone in the YouTube chat Mako said, on behalf of the LGBT community, it was indeed our fault.
I knew it.
Well, goddamn, brother. Hey, I got a funny newspaper article from you. It says FDA report details MRI accident.
Oh, shit. That's the worst.
A recent adverse event report filed with the U.S. FDA details an MRI accident involving a butt plug.
Oh, hate that.
According to the report, the event occurred on April 7th. The patient involved in the accident was screened for metal prior to undergoing her MRI, but did not disclose the presence of a butt plug.
Whew. Ooh.
The patient went into the MRI and completed her scan. However, the exam went awry when the tech went to retrieve the patient. Quote, she went in for the MRI, and when the MRI was over and the tech was pulling the table out, the patient started to scream.
Oh, damn.
The patient stated that she felt nauseous, was in pain, and felt like she was going to pass out. The report did not disclose whether the patient sustained injuries, but it did indicate that the staff called an ambulance and the patient was transported to the hospital. There are numerous social media posts about the incident, each of them touting different versions of the event. There is even an image alleged to be from the patient's imaging following the accident. No confirmation there, but you know how MRIs work. It's all magnets and shit.
Right.
And if you got your big old fucking wrought iron butt plug in there,
Man.
you run the chance of having your butthole flipped inside out. Medical terms, I'm a physicist, it's called a rectal prolapse.
There you go.
I am a biochemist by trade.
I thought it was called the pink sock.
It's pink sock.
Yeah.
That's actually,
I thought that was the medical jargon
I didn't
for
want to
it.
use the long term and confuse everybody.
Okay, okay.
Nonetheless,
The old pink sock.
what kind of person just wears a butt plug all day is my question.
Now I don't. Not all day. That's a little too taxing on the old sphincter. I get it.
I get it.
I get it, but I don't.
All day?
No. I mean,
To an MRI?
no.
If
Like, I think it'd be cool, like, as a dude, if your girl's into that and you're like, you don't fucking wear that butt plug for me while you go out in public. Like, you know what I mean?
put that butt plug in.
Push your poop in. Keep that butthole sealed.
I don't know, man.
I get that, but I'd be like, baby, you need to take that out if you're going to the fucking doctor's office.
If someone put a butt plug in me and said, what are the top 3 scariest places to wear this thing?
Getting an MRI would
Number
be up
1 on the list, I'd say, well, like fucking goddamn MRI chamber.
there. Yeah.
Because it turns into just a fucking 50 cal round inside your body.
I feel like riding a roller coaster would be up there, too.
That would feel great.
Get the cork pushed all the
I'd
way in.
liable to cover the whole entire park and come at that point.
Which makes me wonder if, hey, send us an email if you've ever pulled out your butt plug and shit all over the place. BroHighPodcast@gmail.com.
Or if it's happened to your dad,
Or, yeah, your grandma.
extra points. I was in this really, really bad training at work today, and one of my buddies was sitting next to me. I texted him, I'm going to blow my fucking brains out.
Okay.
And then he texts me back, not before you blow me.
Hey, there you go. That's the only response, man.
Old Tommy is a wild boy right there. That's a wild, wild boy. There was something I was going to say. You know, I hatched out a good idea for a live show earlier.
Yeah, you did.
And so that means we got to have a live show.
Makes me nervous, though.
I
but
still can't find a venue in Texas that will let us do something there that's less than fucking $5,000.
yeah, we can't generate $5,000 worth of revenue to justify our trip.
I mean, we might be able to, but that would be all of it after travel. And
Yeah,
if it lays out the way I want it to, I think we could eclipse that. But then that would take up, it would pretty much cost us to go do the event,
right.
which we ain't got it like that.
No.
So if you got like a big backyard or something. Some guy emailed us. He said, I got property. And then I wrote him back. He said, well, it's my dad's property. I said, well, you're not your fucking dad.
Yeah. If you got a property or neighbors you hate, let us know. Do a basement show, man. I fucking that was one of my favorite things about growing up in like the music scene is basement shows.
Oh,
God, I fucking loved
That's
basement
scary.
shows. Basement shows were so much fun.
I briefly played in a little band, and we did a house show in someone's living room.
So fun, dude. Those are so fun.
Such good memories. All the crazy stuff that happens afterwards.
Yeah. What's cool is when you see a really, really fucking like a band that pops like later, and you remember seeing them at like in house shows.
Did you ever see like any big bands before they were kind of?
So there was, I mean, Hawthorne Heights is the big one.
Yeah.
I mean, so they were. I've seen every reiteration.
Cut
of
my
that band.
wrist and black my eyes.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Okay. They were the Story Changes or something, weren't they?
Well, the Story Changes was a separate band, but they were before that. They were A Day in the Life.
That's right.
Yeah.
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 Well, my band we never did very good. We just they kind of turned it. We turned the amplifiers off one day and we never turned them back on.
Yeah.
And that's how that went down. But you know, some people probably see you and I and you know, we're famous on fucking Facebook and shit, and they're like, I know those guys, and they are.
No, I wouldn't say famous, but
they're not what they are all cracked up to be. There's something else.
Yeah,
they're something different than what you think they are.
Yeah, when we say we're just like everybody else, it's painfully noticeable when you hang out with us.
It's painful.
Yeah, it's painful.
Say, wow, these guys are awkward.
Like, man, I fucking paid money to see these guys.
You know, I'm a pretty outgoing social butterfly, but when we're around people, you're a pretty shy guy.
Yeah, so it's really weird. So it takes. I love talking to people. You're way like you're extremely outgoing.
Yeah,
I am too, but like at the same time, I still kind of hang out with the people that I normally would hang out with.
Takes a few minutes.
It does take me like I think it kind of overwhelms me because I always secretly expect nobody to show up. And then when people show up, I'm like, oh shit, this is kind of cool.
Oh fuck!
And it takes me a minute. Yeah, some people don't get that, but I mean, it's weird. It's still, even after 8 years, it's still kind of weird to
listen to the show. You don't come across as a shy guy, but it's in here, and you know I get you all fucking worked up and shit.
I'm not shy. I just don't presume that people know who I am.
You're humble.
Sure.
Humble.
Sure.
I'm not. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, and even that's the thing about you though. Is even if me, I would rather not go up to somebody and be like, "Hey, I'm Rob," and they're like, "Who the fuck is Rob?" You're like, "Hey, I'm Nick." You fucking eat it. You're gonna. This is me. You're taking it right now.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, if y'all, I expect people to come up to me because if they know me, like I don't know everybody, and I don't know who knows me and who doesn't.
And that's my thing. I always introduce myself. I say, "Hey, I'm Nick," and they'll be like, I know, but I still just like to give them that, that confirmation.
You're a lot better at it than I am.
Hey, I'm Nick. And I'll say, sometimes I'll tell people, like, you got to go over there and corner Rob and make him talk to you. You got to force yourself upon him. And then
especially if it's like a one-time thing, like if it's like a random live show, like just like Dustin said at the cruise, like you weren't shy on the cruise.
No.
I ate his asshole in the bathroom. That's like, but like if it's like the cruise and stuff like that, when we're with each other for multiple days, like, it was day one and I'm like, hey, we're fucking going to be here. You guys come hang out with us. Let's fucking have some drinks.
Let's be friends.
Yeah. It's just like that. It's the breaking the ice thing. It's kind of weird. It's awkward to me.
We're going to break the ice by playing some advertisers, content. Hopefully it's better than last week, because last week, I don't know, there were no ads last week. I got on there and I looked, and it was a bad deal.
What do you mean?
Just, we got, our fill rate or whatever.
For
I think we're in one of those lulls.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
After the holiday lull.
Gotcha. Well, let's hopefully this week spices it up.
Yeah, here you go. Was it spicy?
I hope so.
Spicy. You remember that Wendy's commercial back in the day?
Oh,
spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I remember the spicy chicken sandwich, but I don't remember the commercial.
I mean, of course you remember the spicy chicken sandwich. They still serve the goddamn thing.
I thought that wasn't anything extinct.
There's a few chains that I think we're about to see the last of. I think they're going to go out for good. Yeah. Bob Evans is
for
one.
Sure, it's already starting. Yeah,
Bob Evans and Wendy's, I believe, is on the exit.
They're struggling,
and I do believe Arby's is on the way out as well.
I agree. There was one I was thinking about the other day.
We have the meat. Not anymore. You don't, because you cutting down on portions and stuff.
Their signs, like I feel like their signs are always unhinged. Anytime I drive by, it's just like fish is back.
Fish back.
Yeah, but fish is back. What? Like, okay. Hell yeah, dude. I didn't know it was ever gone.
They do got good fish sandwiches,
I
though.
don't think I've ever had one.
Boy, if I got one for you tonight, Robert.
What's up, man?
She's a sweet young girl by the name of Karla Faye Tucker.
Okay.
Some say her last name rhymes with fucker.
I would say you're right.
I haven't done enough research
Yeah.
to formally figure it out.
The jury's out for that still.
Yeah, Karla, she was born in 1959 to a very troubled home environment in Houston, Texas.
Ooh.
Her parents divorced when she was young. Her mother, Carolyn, was often described as having a very volatile lifestyle, leading to a little bit of instability in Karla's formative years. One of the saddest things I read about Karla's story was she had her mom and dad, obviously, and they got a divorce.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, Karla's mom took her to the divorce proceedings. And in court, Karla found out that her dad wasn't even her real dad.
Oh, no.
And the guy was like, I don't want anything to do with them fucking kids. They're not really my kids.
Ooh.
And that's how Karla found out that her dad wasn't even really her actual biological father. And by her early teenage years, Karla was exposed to a lot of drug use. We'll call it promiscuity, a little bit of prostitution, and just all-around neglect. So her mom was kind of prostitute-y, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
And in return, Karla became a little bit prostitute-y. I'm a little prostitute-y. I'll do a lot of things for money.
I'm very tooty.
So exceptionally tooty.
Got a lot of tooting in me.
Tutti Frutti is honestly the best flavored Jelly Belly jelly bean that is in circulation. And if you come to me and try and tell me popcorn flavored jelly bean is your favorite,
Yeah.
that's gross. That's disgusting.
I really dislike the one that tastes like cow entrails.
Is that real?
I'm thinking of what's the one where they have like fucking dog food flavor.
Ass? I don't. Yeah,
that
that's
them?
dog food and or
Yeah, that-
grass clippings and shit. That's Jelly Belly.
That makes me want to fucking beat a child.
The one that tastes like vomit is bad.
The dog food one for me. Every time I get that one, I want to kill myself.
There's some old friends of ours that I've known my whole entire life, but the mom, they're about 10 years older than you and I, but the mom is a really good cheerleader instructor, and I've been trying to get my daughter to do some tumbling and stuff, so I took her over to the lady's house to get some formal back handspring training.
Sure.
And I just hung out in the living room with the husband, who's a really chill dude who I've known him my whole life. He was one of my brother's good friends growing up, and he's got teenage daughters like me, and he's telling me that he got this truck for his daughter, that a neighbor down the street just gave him this truck, and he's like, yeah, I'd love it if you're just giving it away. I'll take it. And the old man's like, well, you got to clean her out. It's got some stuff, you don't need a little detail job. Nothing for free is ever, as good as it seems.
Sure.
So my buddy got the truck and he opened it up, and the old man had put like 3 Sam's Club industrial blocks of butter in there.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Like 5-pound blocks of. So
Oh
it was
my
like
God.
15 pounds of butter in the back seat.
Okay.
And he just forgot about it in the middle of summer.
Oh, no.
So this floorboard was just like, it was, 6 inches of melted butter all over this thing.
Oh, no.
And he said, man, I took the seats out and he ripped all the carpet out and he'd clean it. And then he'd call his wife out there to come smell check it. And she's like, no, it still smells like fucking Regal Cinemas in here. It smells like butter. Yeah, that was just like the weirdest.
That's weird, man.
Weird. Yeah. Butter. I've told that story about
I do like some butter, though, man.
I do too, but maybe not melted all over my truck.
For sure. Yeah.
My dad's a used car salesman. He got that a club van back in the day that had a dead turkey in it.
Yeah.
And he got a really good deal on it, and no matter how fucking much he cleaned this thing, it still smelled like a dead animal.
Ooh.
Then I was at this girl's house, and he came to pick me up, and she, walked me out to the van and opened the door, and it about killed the poor girl.
I was about to took her out.
And I got in the back of the van, and all the seats are out in the back of it, And I was like, where the fuck am I supposed to sit? And he's like, just stand up. And he drove off and I stand up in the back of this club van. The turkey had died in it.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, that was a...
Did you say it was the carpeted floors or was it just the metal?
Like the van?
Yeah, yeah.
It was a blue club van. It was
Okay.
There was fucking shag carpet.
So
on
it was still set
bad.
up. I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
he'd ripped the carpet out or not
No, he
afterwards. Okay.
My dad's the kind of guy that thinks he sprays a little bit of Windex in there and wipes the windows. The
Sprays some
smells goes away.
Febreze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by her early teens, Carla was exposed to drug use, prostitution, meth, you name it. She had really created a perfect recipe for risky behavior. She was kind of always on the move. And by always on the move, I mean she was doing a lot of fucking,
Okay.
which is okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
A lot of people like that. I like to do that stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
I was beating taters over the weekend, buddy. You know, thing about it. You just get up in there,
Oh man.
deliver the goods.
Yeah.
I used to not work in the mornings, but the older I get, man,
Dude, that's
I'm an industrial jackhammer in the mornings now.
I'm fucking feral in the morning,
Ah,
dog.
yeah. I'm a wild beast
It's
now.
rough. As the day goes on, it slowly declines. But boy, in the morning,
Used to,
I'm a young buck.
I was ready to commit a crime.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't care. Pepper spray me, whatever.
I usually can't make any rational decisions before noon on a normal day.
Yeah. Carla, she started experimenting with a lot of drugs, primarily marijuana and methamphetamines and cocaine. At a
Oh,
very,
yeah, dude.
she started smoking cigarettes at the age of 8. Is whenever she started.
God
just
damn, boy.
smoking cigarettes. And all that kind of escalated rapidly during her teenage years. She finally left home. She kind of ran away, half just like. So she ran away, but she hung out with her mom on the weekends when she did prostituted stuff and drugs.
Okay.
I don't know if you really count that as running away.
I don't know.
But her mom worked as a groupie with different rock bands, and
This fucking family rules, dude.
yeah.
Cool as fuck.
I want to say the Allman Brothers and the Marshall Tucker Band.
Dude, I fucking love almonds, dude. Dude, they're
I
so...
fucking love their milk.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, her mom was a groupie for Allman Brothers and the Marshall Tucker Band. In return, young Carla started working as a kind of a girl. They pass her around and stuff.
God, that's fucking sad, man.
Yeah, dude. And all those old Southern rockers, dude, they were all fucking 12 and 13-year-olds.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You read about the drummer from Leonard Skinner.
I was gonna say Skinner. It is like notorious.
Yeah, and
Half of their songs were about
That
fucking
guy-
young girls.
that guy was literally fucking every young girl in the trailer park.
Ugh.
So yeah, her lifestyle, it kind of revolved around heavy substance abuse and minimal structure, to say the least.
Sure.
In the early 1980s, Carla became romantically involved with a man named Danny Garrett. These are all very Texas
I was gonna
names.
say that's a very southern.
He's Danny Garrett, I'm going to marry you. Their relationship revolved around 3 things: partying, drug benders, and petty crime.
Oh yeah. Naturally.
This pairing would become central to the events that we will later discuss that occurred in June of 1983. Jerry Lynn Dean, who would go on to be the eventual victim of Carla and Danny. Oh, God.
Some foreshadowing.
Yeah. Jerry, he was acquainted with Carla and Danny through Houston's party scene. Accounts differ on how close they actually were, but there were some type of and if I can put the pieces together here, I would say there was maybe, hey, he owes me money, he owes me dope. No, you're not getting your dope until I get my money. You're not getting your money until I get my dope. Kind of just, getting fucking inebriated and not remembering who owes who what is kind of what this seems like. But a lot of these disagreements kind of festered between Jerry and the young couple. Okay. Some suggest that Jerry owed Danny money or had stolen items from him, But there's another version that indicates that Carla felt slighted or had personal grudges against Jerry for whatever reason. Fueling these resentments were frequent drug use and a general aura of chaos, just never kind of being, it's just hanging out in trap houses and doing drugs. And
Man, in another life, that seems kind of fucking fun.
it does.
I'm not gonna lie. Deep down, it kind of seems fun. Not my life. I don't want to live that.
Drug addicts really seem like they're enjoying themselves most of the
I
time.
feel like they're having more fun than any of the rest of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On the night of June 12th, 1983, Carla and Danny were coming off of a drug and alcohol binge, reportedly using meth, speed, among other substances. My personal favorite's mushrooms because one time,
I can't have them on my pizza though, man.
I love them on my pizza, but I took the psychedelic mushrooms.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I fell asleep sucking my wife's arm.
Hell yeah, dude. It would have cooler if it was a tit.
Well, I wanted the tit, but all I could get was the arm.
You were just latching on.
She was asleep, and I said, that's what I was doing. I said, I got to suck on some part of this woman's body.
I need her body in my mouth.
I wanted a tit or a butt cheek,
Hell yeah, man.
but all I could get was a forearm.
I thought it was a forearm. It wasn't even close to a tit.
It wasn't close to a tit, dude.
Okay.
But, dude, I lashed onto that forearm. I was sucking on it.
It's like a full fucking leech.
And I couldn't get off of it. It
Yeah.
tasted good. It felt good in my mouth.
Hell yeah, dude.
But all I could think to myself the whole entire time that I was sucking on her forearm was, I'm glad this is not a dick.
You were fucking sitting there giving her an arm job.
I want this to be a tit, but I'm glad it's not a dick, is what I kept on telling myself.
Yeah, that's a silver lining there. That's the gray area you don't want to get.
And, I've sent multiple emails to these fellas that Necronomipod, and they don't answer any of my voicemails. They leave me on red and stuff. So they apparently don't want to go on a cruise with us.
Either that, or maybe they just don't look at their fucking messages.
Getting too big for your britches.
Hey,
we're old heads in the podcast game now.
Sure.
So when
I'd
we
say so.
come calling,
Yeah.
you got to answer.
Yeah.
And they said, them boys, they got a lot going on. Successful operation over there.
Sure.
I can't blame them too much, but they're not returning any of my calls.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to find somebody else to go on this cruise with us because I got to start setting this shit up.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to go, a lot of interest.
Let's hit up Logan Paul.
That's the easy business.
Ohio boy.
Fellow Ohio guy.
Yeah, there you go.
He'd love it.
Yeah.
Now, under the influence and fueled by anger, they decided to confront Jerry Lynn Dean at his apartment.
Oof.
Carla was also accompanied by her friend, Jimmy LeBrant. That's a Texas name, too.
Yeah.
Who would also go on to play a minor role on the night in question. If you are susceptible to graphic details, now would be a good opportunity for you to turn this podcast off because this gets a little...
Look at you giving the trigger warning.
Gets
Such a
a
gentleman.
little sticky. And not the good way sticky. Carla... Oh, my God. Okay, my wife's home. And she's got Chick-fil-A.
Oh, if you need to take a break, brother.
Oh, no. We're
No.
going to push through. We're going to finish this out.
I don't want you getting all puny, man. If you need to eat, eat.
Oh, no. It's grilled nuggets and a kale salad.
So I can hold down the fort,
Oh,
man.
no. It's...
All right.
So that night, Carla and Danny, so they're the couple, Carla and Danny, and their buddy Jimmy, they arrived at Jerry's apartment in the early morning hours of June 13th. They gained entry quietly with the intention of confronting Jerry or stealing from Jerry. Jerry was reportedly asleep on the floor next to his motorcycle car parts.
Naturally.
Motorcycle parts that were on the floor,
As one does.
which he would often keep his motorcycle indoors.
That's wild to me. There was this house right around the corner from us that it was a tiny house. And when I say it was tiny,
They keep their dirt bike in the house?
dirt bike in the front door.
Yeah, I think I remember that, man.
It was right across the street from where Stretch lived,
Yeah, I think I remember that.
right by the plaza.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kept their fucking dirt bike right inside of their front door. And I mean, we're talking this house is no more than like 300 to 400 square feet. It's tiny.
The shed.
Yeah. Whatever I call it, the stink house. But yeah, they kept their dirt bike in the front fucking living room right by the door. Wild, man.
I had to fire up the leaf blower the other day for all this snow.
I thought about doing that.
I did it. Didn't work.
Yeah.
All I did was make a bunch of goddamn noise.
Just woke up the neighbors.
I've been fucking shoveling snow for.
Me too.
Yeah. You see that driveway though? I got it on
Dude.
fleek, man.
I'm so out of shape, man. Like I'll shovel the driveway. I feel like I'm on my fucking deathbed afterwards.
My right shoulder is completely blown out. It's
Yeah.
I can't even. I can get it about that high.
Yeah.
No higher than that. But when I take the shovel
Mm-hmm.
and I push the shovel and then the shovel stops and my arm keeps going, it creates a torque on my shoulder that about lays me down the driveway.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't got snowblower money.
Oh, no way, man. But
Yeah.
our buddy Jason,
Mm-hmm.
he said, you buy it, even if it's $1,000,
Yeah.
you buy it and you find some kid to run it for you. I'll say, I'll split it with you. I'll split the money with you.
Yeah.
You have him run the snowblower for a day or two.
Just hit
and
houses.
it pays for itself, and then the snowblower just makes money while you sit there on the couch and do nothing.
Well, I got 3 boys, so what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Let's get cranking, dog.
Would they go snowblow though? Would they do that?
Yeah.
You think so?
My middle one for sure would.
Yeah. My buddy at work, his son made $800 on
Holy shit.
whatever that day it snowed. Man.
Yeah.
Just in the neighborhood with a
That's
snowblower,
awesome.
throwing snow.
Just
I know.
hitting up houses.
$800 make a lot of my problems go away,
Dude,
but
that's genius.
it is. It's good living.
Yeah.
So so Jerry's nestled quietly next to his motorcycle parts, just snoozing the night away. Jerry's girlfriend was also home, Deborah Thornton. She was also asleep in the apartment, sleeping next to him on the floor. These were fucking.
They sound great.
You know what kind of house this was.
Okay.
Just
Yeah. I mean, I kind of I'm getting the vibe.
So initially, according to testimony, Danny Garrett initiated, which was Carla's boyfriend, struck Jerry in the skull with a hammer. It went from sneaking in quietly to, okay, I've lost my patience. I'm beating this guy over the skull with a fucking hammer. Just that quick.
Wow. Okay.
But that's how people that are under the influence, they just don't think rationally.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of the basis of the story is no one was really thinking with a clear mind.
Yeah.
They were all, on meth or
Inebriated in some way, shape, or form.
fucked up 10 kinds of Sunday. The force was brutal enough that it splattered blood immediately on the walls and the ceiling. Seeing that Jerry was still moving, Carla grabbed a 3-foot-long pickaxe. There was a tool found on site inside the apartment. And some say Jerry himself owned it. Those details don't really matter. And she began swinging the pickaxe at Jerry.
Wow.
The first blows from the pickaxe severely damaged Jerry's torso and neck area. Oh, fuck, dude.
Ooh.
And this was evident from the crime scene, showed multiple puncture wounds. The coroner report indicated that some of these wounds were instantly fatal.
Ooh.
Not from the wound, but wounds. Many of the wounds were instantly fatal.
Ooh.
Got that pickaxe, dog.
He got shotted like several times.
The only picking I be doing is when I got a booger in my nose.
Boy, I'd be a picking dog.
I've got a scab inside my nose.
Dude, that is the worst
Right?
thing.
Right at the
worst thing.
base,
Yeah.
and I can't get it out.
Yes.
And I'd finally had enough because every time you stick your finger in your nose, it feels like there's a rough booger in there.
Yeah.
But it's just a scab.
What's bad is that once you get to picking it, that scab will be in your nose for months because you want it to go away, but it won't go away.
I snuck into the bathroom
Yeah.
and I took my wife's eyebrow tweezers
Okay.
and I grabbed a hold of the scab and I pulled it off.
Ooh.
and then I bled out. There was so much blood. I thought that I was going to have to be euthanized. That's how much blood I lost from my nose. And I was trying to clean the tweezers because I knew if I called her in there and for help, she'd say, "Why are my tweezers covered in blood?" I say, "Because I had them up my nose."
Right.
I didn't have them up my ass.
Yeah.
So don't blow this out of proportion. But I've eventually got the bleeding to stop, and it's still, the scab is still there. And it's so tender. I've rubbed it raw.
Wait until that fucker gets hard again. You're gonna be back to fucking picking, dog.
Hard dicks and hard nose scabs. That's the best way to describe me.
Oh man.
Okay, so Deborah, the girlfriend, she awoke to the carnage and began screaming bloody murder. In a complete state of panic, she tried to flee or defend herself. Reports vary. But she was ultimately overtaken by Carla and Danny. As Deborah attempted to run from the apartment, Carla turned the pickaxe on her, and at least one account suggests Danny also assaulted Deborah, but Carla delivered the most devastating blows to Deborah, killing her that night. There was blood spatter patterns indicated repeated striking with the pickaxe. The tool's sharp metal tip perforated skin, muscle, and bone.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Jerry Lynn Dean's face and head were described in crime scene photos as beyond recognition. Deborah suffered multiple wounds across her chest and back. Now, this is where it gets fun. This makes me think this is, she's a wild girl.
Okay.
Karla Faye Tucker. One of the most shocking details that emerged from Karla Faye Tucker's own confession was her claim of experiencing an orgasm during the murder.
Oh, God damn, boy. This is a wild bitch. It's one of them ones you can't just spit on her asshole and expect her to come.
That ain't enough.
She got to take a pickaxe to the face.
You're hitting it from the back, and she turns her head, and she just says, "Kill me." Well, Carla, we're not doing that, sweetheart. I'm still not good at choking my wife. So, sometimes she says,
"Oh man,
choke me," and I watch too much UFC. I'll get her a rear naked choke. I'll put her down for real, and I don't know if that's the right way or the wrong way.
Right.
And one of my friends at work, he said, "You putting pressure on her like the front of her gizzard?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. Yeah, I assume so." He's like, "Yeah, that's dangerous, man.
Yeah.
You just gotta go
to the sides.
Go to the sides,
under the ears.
Make it.
Yeah.
When you stand up too fast and it gets a little hazy."
Yeah.
He says that's what you want to do to her.
That's exactly right.
You don't want to incapacitate her. This isn't, this isn't a video game. This isn't Hitman 3. You don't have to sneak up.
Unless you really dislike your wife. Then go for the throat, brother.
But I think some people like to go all the way out.
You know what? I've heard some things about some people.
Yeah, well, I don't want that to happen to me.
No.
I did read one. I read one time of a lady on Reddit.
Yeah.
Just from researching this podcast over the years, that it was her thing that she liked to pass out. This was her kink.
Okay.
She liked to be choked unconscious.
Okay.
Before intercourse.
Okay.
And whenever she came back to, she liked her boyfriend would, like, when she came back, she would want to be like getting fucked really hard.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
yeah.
She's just like, choke me before they're having sex.
Okay.
He would choke her and put her out.
Yeah.
And then when she would come back to, she'd want to be in the act of getting fucking pounded.
Okay.
Just pounded out.
Sure.
And that was her thing.
Okay.
And I said, that sounds like a lot.
Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna discriminate or anything, but yeah, I mean,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, I mean, I'm not into saying, what you like is weird or nothing, but
I told you came here today, and I said, Robert, I think I've got I'm gonna pause real quick and save what we got.
Okay.
All right. Carla. It just reminded me that I never started our backup recording,
Oh, okay.
and I came down here earlier and I thought that I had a virus on my computer
Mm-hmm.
because it was doing all kinds of wild stuff.
Sure.
But then there was this, I don't know, maybe someone from the show's gained access to my shit, which, that wouldn't surprise me. I have a shared document on my Google Docs of like this very fucking vulgar ass sex story.
It was who was it that you always did your fucking research to on accident?
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Jake the Snake. He finally got in. He's been trying for years.
And it's a 4-page just.
Wait, so what? Is this something you're writing?
It's not. No.
Is this your autobiography?
No, it says request edit access, so it's not mine.
Okay.
But it's in my shared. It's like somebody
Somebody sent it to you.
but it's my personal email, so it's not somebody from the podcast.
Okay.
And it's just like this really nasty video about this. It's a nasty story about a guy coming home from work and like making his wife serve him drinks while he fucks her and stuff.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't want to read it because it's kind of
Yeah, I mean,
pretty run-of-the-mill sex story.
okay.
But it's just in a really weird. It's parked in a really weird spot that it shouldn't be.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Whatever.
Somebody obviously sent it to you.
Somebody got me.
Isn't there a way to find out who did that? Who sent it to you?
I spent like a half an hour trying to. And
Yeah?
You can't. You can't.
Interesting.
Okay. Let's see. So she said. Okay, one of the most shocking details that emerged from Karla Faye Tucker's own confession was her claim of experiencing an orgasm during the murder. Okay.
Yeah, it's a new one.
She stated, after the first blow, upon driving the pickaxe into Jerry's body, she felt a sudden surge that she described akin to a sexual climax.
Okay.
Upon subsequent strikes and blows, Karla claimed multiple orgasmic waves during the repeated striking.
Damn.
This macabre detail would later dominate media coverage and be scrutinized by psychologists, prosecutors, and the defense.
Huh.
By the time
It's like a fucking seagull. At least I'm not gonna give him too many Cheetos at the beach.
Have you ever been with a woman who just makes really weird noises? So much so that you gotta stop.
Normally they're just like, please stop.
Yeah.
Sir, please stop. I don't know you.
I haven't. He's asking. I just like to live vicariously through you to see if maybe that was something you have endured in your life.
Sir, this is a Taco Bell.
I fucking love Taco Bell, though.
Dude, me too, man.
That's the hardest part about all this.
It really is.
Yeah. By the time Carla and Danny finished, both Jerry and Deborah lay dead on the apartment floor in pools of blood. Carla, her boyfriend Danny, and their random friend jacked up on meth Jimmy fled the scene, leaving behind a grisly crime scene for the investigators. The brutality and sadistic overtones, well, especially Carla's alleged orgasm, made this case stand out even among other violent homicides.
Fucking creaming her bloomers over there.
You know, when we're all done with this and you leave, I'm going to go upstairs and my wife's going to say, "What the fuck were you doing down there?"
You don't want to know.
And I'm going to say, "You remember when I had sex with you in the morning the other day?" And she's going to say, "Yeah, how can I forget?" And I'm going to say, "I was making those noises."
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'll show her.
Just a reminder that we will not have a late start. It's going to be really cold tomorrow.
That's what I've heard the past couple of days. Or the next couple of days are going to be cold.
There's a thaw warning. So in Ohio, they do what they call a thaw warning, where if it gets cold enough, your scrotum can actually freeze to your thigh.
Been there.
And that's what's going to be going on tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, my God. I'm not looking forward to that. I've been sleeping with the window open.
Boy, I slept with the door open the other day, and it was so fucking great.
My room was probably 48 degrees, and I was... She had to extend the hand of God to wake me up. I was gone forever. Felt good. I felt like I was Walt Disney in a fucking cryo chamber. Sleep. That's how deep of a sleep it was. There was a fast police response, though. Police discovered the body shortly thereafter. And they were alerted by neighbors who heard either the screams of the people dying or the screams of the woman coming in the fucking apartment. The crime scene was chaotic, but contained enough physical evidence, fingerprints, footprints, and the murder weapon, which is a fucking pickaxe, to tie potential suspects to the crime scene. Karla Faye Tucker, her boyfriend Danny Garrett, and this rando, James LeBrant, were relatively well known in Houston's biker and drug circles, making them immediate persons of interest once witness statements began to filter in. Karla, well, she was arrested within days. She initially denied all involvement, but soon confessed under the weight of mounting evidence. They had fingerprints, footprints, they had everything. They had her dead to rights. Not to mention the testimony from the third wheel, Jimmy LeBrant. In recorded interviews, Karla recounted the murder in grisly detail, describing her drug-fueled mindset and the bizarre sexual satisfaction she claimed to have experienced. People do wild shit on drugs. That's what I tell you.
That's extremely true, man.
I'm nursing on my wife's arm.
Yeah, man, I've never been there, but...
The most sensational part of her confession, well, claiming orgasms during the killing, dominated headlines. Public outrage soared. Many labeled her as a sadistic monster or a female predator. Others were bewildered by the extremes of violence in a crime often described as overkill. The state of Texas, they're Texas, so they pursued the death penalty from the outset.
Of course.
Given the double murder's brutality, the aggravating circumstances, the pickaxe, killed a man over his own motorcycle parts, it was just a crime that, had to be answered for.
Can't really go back from that.
Prosecutors highlighted Karla's own admission of sexual gratification during the murder to underscore her alleged lack of remorse and extreme moral depravity, which I can second that. Karla's defense attorney did what they do. They tried to paint a picture of her as a product of severe addiction, childhood abuse, and diminished capacity due to her extreme drug use. They argued that her initial statements about orgasms might have been drug-induced, boasting, or self-delusion, not a literal depiction of pleasure from murder. I don't think you could come. I can't come without my dick feeling good.
It may be different for women there. I don't think their dicks have to feel good. Right? I still don't think women can come, honestly.
I think they make it up.
I think
it's a figment of their imagination.
I think so, too.
Because when I come, I fall asleep afterwards.
Yeah, right.
My wife does it.
Right.
She gets up and goes and makes a sandwich or whatever. She'll go do her fucking taxes. I don't know what she does.
Yeah.
But not me. She'll say, we'll get done. She'll say, I'll see you in 3 hours. I start to argue with her, but then I fall asleep.
Yeah, I get either really hungry or really tired. Or both.
What day was it? Saturday. We had all that snow, and she said,
"Yeah,
well, you went from the grocery store." I said, "Give me a pack of bologna." And I ate a whole pack of bologna in 2 hours.
Attaboy. I'm fucking proud of you, dude. That's putting in work.
She's like, "What are you eating?" I had a piece of bologna rolled up with a Kraft single.
Oh, dude.
And I said,
"Dude."
"This is Rob's recipe."
Dude, fuck me up, dude.
And she said, "That's not a fucking recipe." And then she walked away.
No, it's a recipe. Nothing hits fucking nothing touches your heart more than just a breadless sandwich, dog. You fucking
At a Kraft single and like five slices of bologna.
you roll you up a fucking cold cut fruit by the foot, dog. Fucking yeah, man.
They see me rolling.
Oh,
Oscar
dude.
Mayer.
That shit fucks hard.
Danny Garrett, her boyfriend, when he was tried separately, he too faced murder charges and would eventually receive a severe sentence, although he ended up dying in prison in 1993. Carla's case, however, overshadowed all the other ones because she cummed during the pickaxe murder.
Of course.
The jury took relatively little time to convict Karla Faye Tucker of capital murder. In 1984, she was sentenced to death by lethal injection. The result was unsurprising because as Texas, they fucking doesn't matter who they are.
They don't give a fuck, dude.
Put them down.
Yep.
During her incarceration, though, Karla Faye Tucker, she became a born-again Christian. She credited prison, ministers, and personal reflection for the transformation. I say it's because she detoxed off all the drugs and realized how much heinous shit she'd done, but, I digress. She was baptized, regularly studied the Bible, and eventually became known for her gentle demeanor and devout faith, a stark contrast to the woman described in court. So you'll think back to what she actually did. She murdered 2 people with a pickaxe, all while coming.
That's a lot, man.
And this is an interview that she did with the 700 Club.
Oh, okay.
One of the areas you've really had to deal with is forgiveness. You've had to extend it, and you've had to receive it. But there's a great freedom that comes with that. So many of us who aren't behind these bars and walls and plexiglass and wire are trapped in unforgiveness. What's God taught you about forgiveness?
That, as you said, there's a freedom in it. When I was forgiven and I experienced that forgiveness, it freed me up inside to soar. It freed me up inside to go higher and to go deeper with the Lord. But when we're holding unforgiveness, we're blocking communication and intimacy with the Lord.
Just to paint a picture for you guys, she's a 1998 7, is what I would say.
Yeah, okay.
Probably got a big fucking hairy bush on her.
The hairiest,
And a perm in prison, which is pretty hard to
In our own lives,
hard to get one of those in
and
prison.
bitterness can start to take root in us. Well, when God forgave me, I think he used that forgiveness and that love to reach down inside of me and take every root of evil, every root of horror that was in me and literally pull it up and get rid of it.
I'll show her a fucking root. You know what I mean?
I get you, dog.
My dad used to take his pocket knife and tell me to cut my root off.
That's so funny.
He said, "Come here, boy, I'm going to cut your root off."
No, Dad.
Root off? The reindeer? Oh, boy, I'm going to cut your root off. Well, Dad, I still got my root.
And Rudolph.
And Rudolph.
He still comes around.
Yeah. Once a year.
Oh, shit.
So she, dude, she found the Lord, obviously. You can hear from that video. Journalists who interviewed Carla in prison often remarked on how, you heard it yourselves, how soft-spoken and remorseful she appeared, far removed from the lurid details of her crime. Well, Carla's legal team pursued all possible appeals, including arguments that she had reformed, was no longer a threat to society, and deserved life imprisonment rather than execution. A significant movement, especially among Christian conservatives, formed to advocate for her clemency. They cited her genuine repentance and religious conversion as evidence that she had changed.
Okay.
Despite widespread media coverage and support from notable figures, including Christian conservative groups and televangelists, the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles refused to grant clemency. Then, George W. Bush, he also declined to intervene as he was the governor of Texas. Karla Faye Tucker was executed by lethal injection on February 3rd, 1998 at the Huntsville unit in Huntsville, Texas. In her final statement, she expressed remorse and asked for forgiveness from the victims' families and all who had been hurt by her actions. It was just a bunch of fucking dope heads killing dope heads, man.
That's all it is, man.
He's trying to sleep there with his motorcycle parts. Gets a pickaxe to the dome piece. Her execution sparked an international debate on the death penalty. Some saw her as a perfect example of why capital punishment is sometimes necessary, while others viewed her religious transformation as grounds for mercy. What do you think? You think just because someone... Because, you know, in that interview, she seems really sweet.
Yeah.
A sweet southern girl with a nice southern drawl. Just a nice young woman. Like, you know, living her life with the Lord in a women's correctional facility. Probably getting a pussy eaten by a big 400-pound bunkmate. Probably a nice long-titted black woman.
Everybody got to get themselves one of those.
If you've ever had your pussy tossed by a long-titted black woman.
Pussy tossed.
What's long-titted mean?
I think I'm there, man.
If you've got long titties, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. If you are a long-titted black woman, well, we sure would like to talk to you on the show. I'm glad I don't talk like this all the time because that would get very confusing.
That's great. Long-titted.
I like me a nice long tit.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Mm-hmm. That's fucking gravity at work, brother.
Gravity. John Mayer, baby. Where the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
Psychologists who analyzed Carla's confession of orgasmic murder debated whether this was a result of latent sexual sadism or the combination of intense emotions and drug-induced delirium. Yeah. I'll go with the latter.
Sure.
Some professionals argued that Carla had a severe personality disorder. Yeah, I'd say so. Others believed her. Well, she's on meth.
She was on these drugs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Carla, she was partly attention-seeking or an exaggeration of the emotional rush that can accompany extreme violence. The details, the pickaxe, the orgasm, the dramatic religious conversion on death row provided endless content for tabloids and talk shows in the 1980s and 1990s. Religious organizations used her story as a testament to divine redemption, while capital punishment advocates used it to underscore the seriousness of her crime. Carla's case drew extreme scrutiny because female offenders are less frequently given the death penalty, especially in modern times. The fact that she was the first woman executed in Texas since the Civil War era. Ooh. The last one executed was old Chipita Rodriguez in 1863, the fucking banana lady, underscored the severity of her crime in the eyes of the... You don't ever go to Kroger and get you a big old bundle of Chipita bananas?
Hell yeah, dude.
I got one upstairs right now. Start turning brown. I like them when they're a little brown. They start to go from, a little yellow to start to think about turning brown.
Right.
Some people eat a fucking green Chipita banana, and I say that's disgusting.
I can't do that, man.
That's like eating a hard dick.
You can't do that either.
Yeah, you can. But
yeah, Slurpee a gummy.
The case, to this day, it continues to appear in discussions about whether capital punishment allows for or dismisses the potential for rehabilitation. Her supporters argued that her complete transformation was evidence that she no longer posed a threat and that the main goal of incarceration, rehabilitation, had been achieved. Her extreme level of intoxication at the time of the murder spotlights the debate over substance abuse as a mitigating factor versus an aggravating factor. I don't think if that woman hadn't been all hyped up on, methamphetamines, she probably would not have killed somebody with a pickaxe and had an orgasm.
I would agree.
The repeated focus on the orgasm details highlights the media's tendency to sensationalize, which we got a lot of that going on right now. Critics argue that the hyper-focus on the aspect of the orgasm overshadowed any rational discussion of Carla's mental health or moral agency. Some point to Karla Faye Tucker's spiritual transformation as proof that prison-based ministry or rehabilitation can work, potentially giving hope to other inmates. Others, like me, remain a little skeptical. She might have found the Lord, but, nonetheless, she still killed people with a pickaxe.
That's true.
Her case endures as one of the most graphic, unsettling, and controversial in the late 20th century American criminal history. From the savage brutality of the pickaxe murders to her shocking admission of sexual pleasure during the act, the public was simultaneously horrified and fascinated. I'll say so.
Sure.
And she was kind of cute.
Yeah.
As years passed, her profound, big, huge, massive bush, though, that was in the research.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
Which I'm okay. Some people are not okay. I'm okay with that. I just don't like hairy toe knuckles. If you got hairy toes, you got to knock that back for me.
You got to do something about that for sure.
So the years passed, her profound religious conversion added yet another complex layer to this onion, turning her final days into a national spectacle about sin, redemption, and the ethics of capital punishment. Regardless of where you stand, what your opinion is of Karla Faye Tucker's crime, and the trajectory of her life serve as a stark reminder of the depths of human violence and the potential for personal transformation. And to this day, her case reminds it's a benchmark for analyzing moral, legal, and societal responses to severe criminal acts. And I think, if something like that happened today, that would break Twitter, TikTok.
Oh, yeah, dude, it'd be crazy. Especially if she cummed.
She'd be like, I was pickaxing motherfuckers.
Yeah,
and I was leaking. I was squirting.
Filling my bloomers with cream. Fucking cream corn.
I keep creaming my bloomers.
Dude, that's the worst, man. Creamy bloomers.
What about corn casserole?
I fuck with it hard.
A lot of people don't know about corn casserole.
Yeah, man, that shit's good. That shit's good, dog.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Turn your shit yellow, too.
Worth it.
Make little nuggets of corn.
Worth every second of it. So good.
So that's the story of Karla Faye Tucker, the orgasmic pickaxe killer.
Hell yeah.
Told you, she was a nasty whore.
Wild bitch.
She was.
She's dead as fuck, so we can talk shit about her now. So
She's dead. Lethal injection, 1990, whatever.
The state fucking hated her, too, so.
Well, Texas hates everybody.
That's true.
when it
That's
comes to
true.
that.
Yeah. A pickaxe to the fucking face, man. That's not a fun way to go. That's so loud.
I'm going to get grounded.
Yeah.
She's going to ground me.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm going to say, well, next time you want me in the morning, you don't get me.
It's like, give me the pickaxe. Kids, go get me the pickaxe.
Hold still. I want to try this thing on you I read on Reddit. Famous dying words.
Yeah. That'll get you.
You ever think about, like, how many guys are girls, too, are just in prison for something that just went bad? Just had a spouse that liked to be choked, and you held on a little too long, and they fell and hit their head. Now all of a sudden, like that Ryan Widmer guy from, he's actually from Warren County, one of my favorite local cases. There was no evidence suggesting that he murdered his wife.
Okay.
Some evidence suggests that she just died in the bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
We should cover this case. It's one of my favorite cases. But when the paramedics got there, she was completely dry. The bathtub was dry, but she'd shown signs of drowning.
Huh.
So almost like maybe he killed her earlier in the night and then left her there for a little while. I don't know. It's a really strange case.
Interesting.
And he was locked up when I worked at the prison. That's kind of why I knew about his story. Super nice guy.
Yeah.
Super chill, super fucking smart. But he didn't do a good job killing his wife, if that's what and there's a lot of evidence that points to maybe she just died in the bathtub. She just had an aneurysm and died because that shit happens.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's a good story.
I remember the only one I remember from when I worked at the jail was it was a couple and they put their baby in the microwave.
Oh yeah, China Arnold.
Yeah, China Arnold. Yeah, there we go.
That was a nasty woman.
Yep. Yeah, I remember her.
Typically, you put rice-a-roni or popcorn in the microwave, not your baby.
Not your baby. Yeah, it's easy to get that confused, I guess, but
yeah,
she was a complete fucking twat too.
Yeah, she looked kind of wild.
Yeah, she was.
All right, guys. Well, that concludes our episode on Karla Faye Tucker. Faye is my mom's middle name, also.
Oh shit.
I call her Faye Bell.
There, keep that fucking.
Call her Poochie Faye too.
Keep that fucking pickaxe away from her.
My mom couldn't.
Think she could lift one up.
She couldn't swing a wet noodle if she wanted to. She's very clumsy.
Okay.
But we've got 30.
Worms.
I've got worms. We've got 38 minutes to go watch. You gonna watch Raw again tonight?
I
It's
think
on
so.
Netflix.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna go home and eat, and then probably pop it on.
What do you think about Raw last week?
I thought it was great.
You thought it was fun?
I thought it was great. Yeah, they did a really good job.
I looked at my wife and I said, and I don't ever ask her questions like this.
Yeah.
Like you and your wife, you'll be like, man, she's fucking hot.
Yeah.
You guys will banter back and forth.
The whole time I was talking about Liv Morgan, the entire time, like, God, she's fucking bad.
Well, I looked at my wife right in the eyes and I said, would you fuck Roman Reigns?
Dude, I would. He's a fucking good looking dude, man.
And she's kind of like, I've said her, I don't really lust for things outside of my yard. And she's kind of the same way. She doesn't ever make it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But
right.
she's never, very, very rarely, she's like, God, he's hot or something like that. She just doesn't ever say things like that. But sometimes she will. Like Glenn Campbell, who's the guy that plays in Twisters?
The guy that makes the soup?
That's the soup. No, I'm talking about Glenn, the guy in the Twisters movie. Is it Glenn Campbell?
I don't know. That sounds like a really old guy.
Glenn Powell.
Okay, I think Glenn Campbell's really fucking old.
I think so. Who's Glenn Campbell? Let's look it up.
Oh, yeah, he's fucking dead.
He's an American country singer.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he died in 2017, dude. He's hot as fuck, dude.
Yeah. No, this guy or Glenn Powell.
That's a good looking guy, yeah.
She gets a little fucking moist pantalones over him.
I get that.
But I looked her right in the eye and said, would you fuck Roman Reigns?
She's completely fucking dirty about
And
it.
you know what she said?
What?
She said, he's not my type. And I'm like, oh, so you know Roman? You know Joe Anawanalano,
Yeah,
whatever his name is?
He's got a weird one of them.
You know Joe?
Old fucking Joey.
She said, he's not my type.
That's dodging the question.
I said,
though.
that's a fucking gorgeous creature.
Yeah. That's a good looking dude.
She said his cheeks are kind of sunk in. I said, he's got leukemia.
Take it back. Oh man.
Which I think he's in remission or whatever, but he does
he
have.
is.
You never truly. You never truly don't have leukemia once you have leukemia.
Yeah.
But I said, would you fuck Roman Reigns? She said, and he's got leukemia. She didn't say that, but trying to paint her as a bad guy.
He's weak. Weak immune system.
She said, you know what she said? This is honest to God what she said. She said, I'll fuck Nick Alexander. Said, you're such a homer. Such a homer.
Oh, shit.
Wake me up tomorrow morning with that morning wood.
Try to think who my wife likes. Oh, she likes Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, he's only 5 foot tall, so we'd kick his ass if we had to. He's a little fella.
He's a good looking dude, too. I get it.
That dude definitely got a giant pecker on him.
Fuck it. Yeah. He's hung for sure.
He's all dick.
Yeah. All dick.
Jumps around like a fairy, but he's all dick for sure.
Right.
You know, I think John Cena's going to win the Royal Rumble.
I think so, too, man. I think they're going to give him that record.
I think he'll wrestle Gunther, who's I really like. That dude's a really good wrestler.
Yeah. I mean, and it really wouldn't it would give him the record, and he could just fucking forfeit the belt if he was going to retire afterwards.
Well, it's a year-long tour,
yeah.
so wait till he takes his hat off. You see how bald he is.
Dude, you can tell. Yeah, you can tell.
He should have got a little spray tan before he's white. He's ashy.
You could tell the age is getting him, man.
It's all right.
but
It
it's
happens
fine.
to all of us.
It's fine.
Saggy nuts.
Yeah.
Saggy nuts, saggy butts.
I guarantee he can still do the fucking thing, though, man.
Yeah.
I was excited to see Taker come out and everybody to boo Hogan. That was pretty fun.
He was Kid Rock version of
Yeah.
Undertaker, though.
Yeah.
You can't bring out Hulk Hogan in Los Angeles
Right.
after he just campaigned with Donald Trump.
Right. And after all the racist shit that he said,
Yeah. He's like, listen, brother,
I'm back.
if they put you in a cell with a black guy, brother,
Just don't ask me about any of the black guys.
call me. I'll get it taken care of, brother. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Brohio Podcast.
Appreciate you guys.
If you are long-titted, remember, we're looking for to do an
Submissions.
interview for people that are long-titted. If you're Glenn Powell,
Glenn Campbell,
if you're Glenn Campbell,
send us an email.
come tear my wife out of the frame, Glenn Powell. There was a song that I wanted to play the other day,
Okay.
and I was thinking, you know what? I'm just going to play it.
Just fucking wing it. Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Because there's no one that's going to...
It's fitting, man. Let's fucking let this ring out the show.
This is Joe Exotic,
Our good buddy.
friend of the show.
Yeah. Congratulations on your engagement, on your marriage.
Well, he's in the hole again.
Yeah, he's about to back. So not him singing this song so great. Joe Exotic sounds like this. He's like, yeah, sing that fucking song.
You-
Dude, he was in good fucking shape,
He
man.
was.
Dude. No wonder why he was fucking slamming twinks, dude. Look at this guy.
Thanks, oh, man.
Do we know who his ghost singer is?
Remember that fucking gay dude that shot himself and died? His husband that killed himself playing with a gun.
Yeah, that's not harmony.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that concludes this episode of the Brohio Podcast.
Fucking love you, Joe.
See you guys. Go fuck yourself.
No shit.
They thought we were gone, didn't they?
Yeah, Tiger King's the best, man. I agree.
All right, YouTube.
Love you guys.
See ya.